A lot of people would hear this and they would say that this is so out of touch, but really I think it's more in touch. You're pretending texting is ethical, but you've checked your phone 5 times in the last 7 minutes. You tell me, does that make you feel loved or lonely? No, I'm being serious. I really want to know. Don't leave me on red. Back away from your phone. And let's talk about why texting was never going to make you feel connected to others anyway. Point blank period, I think texting just gives us a false sense of closeness. And I get it, because that person's name is popping up, you're spending your energy, you're sending back out, you're waiting for the reply, their name pops up again, you text them.
Of course you feel like you're getting close.
But really what you're forming is an attachment. And before you say I'm all talk, it's a good thing I didn't text all these other people back. They're all still alive. But would I be if I answered all those text messages? No. I don't want to build a life or a connection with a friend, with a lover, based on the communication we've had through text message. The true intimate details of your life are supposed to unfold in time. I think people get into territory they're not supposed to get into way too soon. And it's not about being an open book. What it's about is sharing the intimate details of your life in appropriate timing. But because people are talking all day, they're getting into topics too soon. Texting interrupts our day-to-day life. How focused can you be on what's really happening in your world right now if you're constantly looking at your phone to see if somebody has texted you back? I want to be able to live my life in real time without the interruption of texting back and forth all day. So I actually have something interesting to bring to the conversation. Because then that forces us to set time aside to actually get to know each other. Plan friendship dates, plan hangouts, plan phone calls, plan FaceTimes. Don't get me started on response times. People read so much into response times. The thing is, our capacity changes. Sometimes we can text all day because we're vegging out and watching TV. But then there are other days when we're doing our soul's work, changing our tire, and we're not able to text back. That leaves the other person feeling like they need to read in to why you might not be replying. So in some ways, it gets in the way of your freedom to exist in fluidity. I believe communication is important, but I think that the over-communication of texting makes people have to explain their day-to-day disposition. I don't think that's healthy or ethical or natural. I don't care what anyone says, but tone cannot be interpreted through text message. We notice these little differences, and while they may mean something, it's not natural for us to explain our disposition every single day. And it's not healthy. We fluctuate, and we should have permission to fluctuate without having to calm somebody else's nervous system because they're reading into our fluctuation. Now, if I'm being honest, of course there are scenarios where I'm texting. I will text to make plans. Duh. There are very few emergencies that involve texting, but if there was an emergency that involved texting, like I would for the most part text back if I see it. Sometimes what I do with my friends is I send out like a short untethered text message like thinking about you, I miss you, or I hope your day's going well. Because I do think about my friends. I love my friends, but I don't want them to be tied into everything that I'm doing for the day. I want to make space and time for them. Get to collect your life, understand your life, process your life, and then put it on the table to share with another person. Because there's something about being heard and received in real time that's very healing for the soul, and you don't get that so much with text message. I think so many times people are processing their life in real time and sharing it with others in real time that they're offloading their own responsibility of understanding the things that they're experiencing. A lot of people would hear this and they would say that this is so out of touch, but really I think it's more in touch. I am committed to making time for the people that I love and getting on the phone or getting in person and sharing the things that I experienced when we were separated, when we were not talking all day. I want to live a life that's so full for me to bring back to my friends the good, the bad, the ugly, and to have their perception come back to me and add another layer of value. I value my life so much that I want to experience it. I want to understand it. I want to process it. I want to have an opinion about it. And then I want to share it with the people that I love so that they can also share their perspective back to me and enjoy and cry and have these moments with me on purpose. I say all this to say, texting is incredibly unethical, and I know that you agree. And if you disagree, I'm going to need a comment explaining why you disagree ASAP. Text your friends less, meet up more, enjoy your life in real time, connect on purpose. Have a great day. Bye!